Not that he's always had a stellar performance every time, but he's probably one of the most consistent players that we've had. And a lot of, that is the buzzword. That is the magic word, in fact. And you see it again across all sports, and they talked about it again, I think, mentioning it in the game last night, the critical importance of consistency. And I think if there's any takeaway for me, just out of this very small sample size that we're seeing of the games the Wings have played so far, is I would like to think that, with the exception of the first game, right, that's the outlier, right, that's, let's forget that one happened, but if they can continue what we've seen in these last two games against, one of the defending Stanley Cup champions, right? If we can see more of that, I think we're seeing consistency there. The other thing, which is really great, is that I'm seeing, and we talked about things, what do we like, what we're seeing? One of the things that I'm even most encouraged by is the improvement on special teams.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
seeing so much better performance on the power play, so much better performance on PK. It's I think that was a critical piece that the Wings were missing in their special teams. They struggled last year, and I think they've made tremendous strides there. And that, again, could have something to do with the elements of the Iser plan.
Yeah, I think when you look at it from this perspective, their power play right now is sixth in the NHL at 26.7%, which is a doable range. It's not like Minnesota right now, where their power play is at 47.6. That is not sustainable by any stretch of the imagination. Then you look at the penalty kill, you got the Rangers and Bruins at 100%. That's not sustainable either. But you got the Red Wings over here at 88.9. That is sustainable. That's a sustainable range. And I just look at them and, there's been multitudes of. The first game was just a lie, right? We've seen it with the Lions. We're seeing it with the Red Wings, kind of like.
Yes.
But I thought it was more impressive that second game on Thanksgiving for the Canadians, the Canadian Thanksgiving, playing in Toronto. And you look, that game they should not have won by any stretch of imagination. They were outshot big time in that game. They're outshot pretty big time in that game. And I go back to it and I go, so they got outshot 40-15. They win the game 3-2. And I think, you look at their statistics, they've been outshot once this whole year. Yeah. They're even outshot Montreal and they lost, but they're putting more pucks on net. And we've been talking about this for, I don't know how many years we've been talking about this. Put the freaking puck on the net. You never know what can happen. And that game against Toronto, I didn't think they should have won that game, but they did, because they're 1-for-4 on the power play, and the Toronto Maple Leafs were 0-for-2 on the power play. The Toronto Maple Leafs gave away the puck more, and Detroit had more takeaway.
Come on, Joe. A dub's a dub.
it's what I'm trying to say is you're going to win those games that you're not supposed to win. That's a game that you're really not supposed to win.
Right.
And if you could do that, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
Well, you need a little puck luck every now and then, right? So, and that's the thing, is they talked about that. That's one of those things that can just sometimes make the difference in a very, very close, competitive environment, right? Is just having a little bit of luck. But just as you said, and we've been trying to say, and we have been saying, the great one said it best, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and you've got to start taking those shots. It might not be perfect.